Hola, buenos días, soy Nico. Well. And today we're here to talk about something very fun, something very free, something very, a little naughty. Today we're here to talk about the sexual liberation of Black and brown queer men, and why is there a double standard when we embrace the experience? Nico, I actually I watched a brief snippet of a podcast from the creators of a popular, well-known Black gay social event. And when I was watching it, I was actually agreeing with them because before we get started, if you like this kind of content, make sure to check me out on patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive lives, weekly videos, and be a part of the podcast, which is airing every Thursday. If you have not noticed, go to any streaming platform and check out the Aesthetics Room. It is fun, multifaceted LGBT conversation with a full, diverse panel. But yes, now that I'm done plugging, let's get back to the actual conversation. So they were basically saying, I'm going to insert the video after I explain it with a small synopsis. They were basically saying that when we talk about white queer events such as Folsom, Door, I think that's what it's called, Dior, whatever it's called, when it's these leather and or kink friendly events, nobody really second guesses it. Nobody really questions it. It has become the norm for it to be acceptable for white queer people to embrace and explore their sexuality. But when we put it into Black spaces, such as, let's say, deviant event parties, which tend to have a dark room of sorts. Nico, I've never been in a dark room. I'm not going to shame people that go in. It's just not my cup of tea. If I cannot see who I'm, engaging with, that's not for me. But there's also been backlash against club events such as Club Lambda, who regularly host an event called Meat Fest. Nico, what is Meat Fest? A live exhibition show. Nico, what does that mean? They be hunching on stage in front of the entire club. Sometimes it's, punching. Sometimes it's punching, sometimes it's just classical, super happy adult fun time. So when these snippets go online, I've noticed that a lot of Black and brown queer people are very judgmental against sexual exploration. Basically saying this is gross, this is nasty, have some decorum, where are your morals? But there's never a conversation like that for Folsom. And Folsom has been going on for a good amount of time. I have not seen, and Nico, I've been online for a long time, I have not seen any of y'all say anything about Folsom.
We are Black and brown. How dare we engage in sex? God forbid public sex.
Yeah.
Gay public sex. Like, we never have to have conversations about Folsom Fest, right? That is a whole actual celebration of sex.
Yeah.
But because it's had amongst majority white queer people, the whiteness gives them the allotment of the fullness of their humanity. People gotta realize we have been so conditioned to damn ourselves at this point. If it's not for you, it's not for you. So it's everybody doesn't have to go to Folsom Fest, but we also don't have to make it a Twitter conversation.
Right.
We've all gone to Meet. There's sex shows at Meet all the fucking
seen
time.
you there.
And at no point did anybody say, did you all see those porn stars on stage having sex? At Meet? It's just a part of the experience. And then when you take that same experience and you put it in a Black and a brown space, then it becomes, oh my God, this is salacious. Oh my God, this is a thing. And I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up.
Anything about Door. If anything, when it came to Pride, which is more of a family event, people agreed that there should be an 18 plus section, where there usually is in Pride, if you want to have that form of debauchery. But I don't understand the controversy for, let's say, a Club Lambda or a deviant event party where it's lingerie themed, or where it is exhibition themed with a dark room, when it's on the flyer. Nico, y'all know I come on here and I consistently say I do not condone public super happy adult fun time that does not have the consent of the people around them, because if you do not have their consent, that is SA, in my personal humble opinion. But when it comes to deviant and or the Lambda experience, where they have live exhibition shows of different various forms of kink within the Black and brown queer community, it's on the flyer. There is a disclaimer when you walk in. When you enter that building, you know exactly what you're going to see and the environment that you're about to be in, meaning that you have to consent before you can even enter the room. So when it comes to that, I'm not judging. Nico, yes, I hope y'all know I'm all about consent. And that's actually one of the fundamental rules of kink culture in most knowledgeable spaces. You have to make sure that there is a level of consent and a level of TLC that happens after and before to make sure that your partner is okay. Nico, how do you know this? I used to date somebody that was into BDSM. I lightly got into it. Don't get into my business. Don't get into my tea. But I definitely want to hear your opinions down below, because I don't believe it's as controversial as people continue to make it every time this event goes viral for having a live exhibition show, when in reality, you have to consent before you enter. So why is it that big of a deal? Because if you look around the world, I understand that a lot of us like to think we're higher than thou or whatever. If you look around the world, it's not just a gay thing. There are live exhibition shows for straight people in Europe. I mean, even in this country, like it's in Thailand. It's like it's across the world, but when it's Black and brown queer people expressing it, exploring it, experiencing it, suddenly it's a double standard and, oh, it's so dirty, it's so nasty, oh, I can't believe you're doing this, when everyone else does it as well. So in this particular situation where you have to see the disclaimer, you have to actively go to the event and pay to get in, knowing what's in there, I don't understand why y'all are so judgmental about it. Because at the end of the day, it is a safe space for people to explore sexuality, which I always encourage. My message has always been, I just want y'all to get tested. I want you to screen your partners, and I want you to have safe, super happy adult fun time, and you can define safe however you want. I'm talking about in the sense that no one gets harmed. Everybody has fun, it's strictly about pleasure, and you go about your day. But yes, definitely drop your opinions down below. How do you feel about sex positive spaces such as the Lambda Club events where they have live exhibition shows, they have dark rooms? How do you feel about deviant events? Because I actually went to a deviant event yesterday, and it wasn't like a party, it was a game night, and they had zip lining, rock climbing, rollerblading, they were playing Beyonce. It was just like a vibe, and I'm just sitting here like, I've seen so many people log on online being hypercritical and judgmental of this company and franchise. And now that I've actually gone to one of their events, it wasn't even sex-based. It was literally just, we want a community-driven event. Everybody comes together. We all have fun. We just enjoy each other's company. And then you go home. Bitch, it was free. Nico, I got to zip line, rock climb, and roller skate for free for a couple of hours. Like, I don't understand why so many people have disdain for this company other than not feeling comfortable enough to go to one of their more wilder parties. Because I will say the game night is more of a mild community event, while the actual club event is more like lingerie. Oh, we're all out having fun, feeling ourselves, you know, feeling our zhush, that kind of thing. So I definitely want to hear your opinions down below, especially as someone who's finally experienced a deviant event. I'm also going to try to go to one of their parties this weekend. I'm going to let y'all know how that goes on Patreon, because I always share my queer traveling experiences just to make sure that it's fun, it's safe, it's all cute and good. Because the only deviant event I went to prior, I was blackout drunk. And I did. I remember entering the door, and then I remember waking up in my bed. Like, I was like, no, I gotta redo this one because I just don't remember anything. But yes, definitely drop your opinions down below before I continue to ramble, and I will see you guys next time. Boop. And a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's Third Eye Tier subscribers, Dulce V and Eon714. Your continued support is greatly appreciated, and thank you for everyone who supports the channel. And unfortunately, this week's live streams will be canceled because I will be traveling for work again, but luckily this time is not like a month-long work trip, it's just for a week. So I will be back, and I'll see you guys next time.